YNW Bortlen showed up in court last week. He appeared to be very worried. He was seeking to modify the conditions of his house arrest to enable him go to work and go to church. Bortlen was arrested alongside Melly in 2019 on charges of 2 counts of first-degree murder for the double homicide of their childhood friends. However, on August 2019, YNW Bortlen was placed on house arrest and made to wear an electronic ankle monitor and cannot leave the house except for court appearances or medical emergencies. Seemingly, Bortlen was released from jail because he had no prior criminal violations, unlike Melly, who had previous criminal violations on his record. However, there are speculations that Bortlen was released because he might have struck a plea deal with the prosecution to get less prison sentence in exchange for telling on Melly, as it is kind of odd for somebody charged with double homicide to be out on bail.
That was a conference. Come on up. And I guess you're already trial to go to Center right now. We're set for October 3rd for trial. As conference in September. I think we're up scheduled.
Good for that. In terms of
We have a trial date already?
Yes.
That's good with everybody?
So far. We're finished with our other one.
All right. So, you had a motion pending as well?
Yes, Judge. At the court, when we were here the last time, you let them go to church and stuff, you said about working, you would be subject to seeing the schedule. We filed a schedule for the next couple of months.
I saw that.
And he would like to be able to work. And I talked to his probation supervisor. She has no problem with him at all. She said that if he's going to go to work, she'd like anybody has to do, provide an itinerary, where he's going to be, how he's going to get there, how it's going to get done, when he's going to be back, you know, and the normal check-in, drug testing, everything that goes with that.
Thank you. Anything else you want to
I don't think so. I think that covers it.
How about the state? What's the state's position on that?
Karen, he's violated his pretrial in the past. That's why he denied the work at the previous time and was maintained the schedule that he was not allowed to work. So that you should remember to revisit it. This schedule includes, locations all across the eastern seaboard and Midwest in terms of the ability to supervise for probation and pretrial rather. That is almost impossible. With regards to the time frames and all of the studio issues on that, I don't understand why they have to be until midnight or 11 p.m., why they can't be done during other hours on that. So the state would object. And he's already shown prior issues with pretrial. So for those reasons, the state would say that the current schedule and it only needs to be maintained for another 3 or 4 months at this point before we'll be in trial.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, I just think that Judge, he wants to work. He violated previously because he was going to shows that were at well, I don't care. It's a place they didn't like. He set out where he's going to be now. His supervisor doesn't have a problem. If he violates, he's going to prison or jail. He's not going to be out. He's been back in without the ability to do anything for months. So I was.
Hold on.
Yes.
Respectfully, motion tonight. Thank you.
Bortlen's request to modify his bail conditions was succinctly denied by the judge. YNW Bortlen had violated his bail conditions previously by going to a strip club and other places. If Bortlen continues to violate his bail conditions, he could be taken back into custody. The state has decided to try both of them separately. Since their arrest, both of them have not had contact with each other. Bortlen's trial will begin on October 2nd, just after YNW Melly's trial is finished. Melly's lawyers have completely swept Bortlen under the bus by shifting the focus to Bortlen, saying he's the one that showed up at the hospital with the dead bodies. He's the one that had gunshot residue on his hands. He's the one that drove the vehicle. He even brought change of clothing before the shooting. It looks like this case is going to come down to 2 friends snitching on each other to save themselves.
Those were his lies. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar, You don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with two bodies, car riddled with bullets. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having a phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Cortland Henry.
YNW Melly's lawyers went further to play the video in court, where Bortlen is heard lying to the police about what happened that night.
And I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit. And you telling me, you telling me about shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
Shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there's got to be some evidence there. There's going to be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here from when you guys opened the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's going to be broken glass over there when the windows got out. There's going to be casings from the people at your car. Okay, there's going to be evidence over there. Okay, right now, there's nothing.
Cortland Henry contained 0 particles characteristic of hot residue and two component particles. And the left hand contained 1 particle characteristic of hot residue and 1 2-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was hot residue present on the hands.
We have an absolute shell being dropped by the defense, a mic drop moment. The lead attorney on Melly's defense team telling the jury that Cortland Henry lied to police when he showed up at Memorial Hospital that morning. He lied about what happened. He lied about not having a phone on him. That Cortland Henry, this is according to Melly's attorney, that Cortland Henry showed up at that hospital with a change of clothes on, and that Cortland Henry showed up at that hospital with powder residue on his hands.
If YNW Bortlen tells on Melly, the street will most likely come after him. He would have to get security, and he would have to change his location. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more.